Hey folks, welcome back to Canada's Boxing Channel. So, just finished watching the Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano trilogy fight. And in fact, I have to say that the whole card was actually very impressive. And I say this as a person who, if you've watched this channel before and you've heard me speak before, as a person that doesn't really follow the female game. But it was an excellent card. I really enjoyed the whole evening. And I thought, quite frankly, that the Netflix production was also very good, with interesting sort of outtakes. We had Muhammad Ali's daughter talking about, her time fighting. Had some interesting interviews sort of throughout the show itself, and I mean, I'm just sort of comparing it to the DAZN productions. And, I have to say, I'm kind of liking the way that the Netflix production works. Anyways, to the actual fight. Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano have now fought 30 rounds. The first two fights were absolutely barn burners. This fight, both women seem to be more careful, fighting smarter, possibly, rather than harder. I think they probably had made sufficient adjustments so that they were almost sort of cancelling each other out a little bit. It was high ring IQ, high skill on display, good athleticism on display, and it was a real sort of boxing class on display rather than the brawling, drag 'em out kind of fight that we have seen in both fight number 1 and fight number 2. The output was, of course, much lower. Both women seemed to be trying to pick their moments, and I thought it was a very, very close fight. To be perfectly honest, I wasn't scoring it round by round, but at the end, I thought that Amanda Serrano had done enough to win, maybe by a point or two. And when I heard the first judge scoring it even, I thought, oh, okay, it's going to be close right down the line. And then the other two judges were a little wider than I was comfortable with in favor of Katie Taylor. So Katie Taylor wins by majority decision. She's now the victor in all 3 of the Katie Taylor Amanda Serrano fights. Though I think boxing historians down the road will look back and say, well, these were really, really tight fights. And sure, Katie Taylor's got the 3 wins, but you've got to have a winner and you've got to have a loser, but it was close. It was close in all 3 fights, and in this fight tonight, I know that as much as, quite frankly, everybody kind of, cheers for Katie Taylor sometimes, but I don't know. I think Amanda Serrano was unlucky tonight. I thought she did enough to get the win. Your mileage may vary. It was a good fight. It was enjoyable. And again, you've heard me speak about the female game before. I'm just really happy that we didn't see anybody having to go to hospital afterwards. Nobody looked terribly beaten up, and it was a display of real good quality skill that, like I say, I enjoyed very much. I saw 3 other fights on the card. Savannah Marshall lost to Shadasia Green. I was surprised because Savannah Marshall started so good. I thought, oh, this is going to be, if not a walk in the park, it's going to be fairly easy. But Shadasia Green really turned it around, and I thought she deserved that win. And it was well deserved. A very emotional scene in the ring afterwards. This is a woman who took up boxing at 15 and was told by her mom that you can't box, you've got to go to college. She went off to college, she got her 4-year college degree. She came home, she gave her degree to her mom and then said, right, I'm going back to the gym. So she's been 20 years in this business, and she completely broke down when she had her victory over Savannah Marshall. Savannah Marshall had been out of the ring for, I think, about 2 years. She'd done some MMA work, and I think some of that time off really showed. Alycia Baumgardner, she retained her undisputed super featherweight title comprehensively. The real star, I thought, to be perfectly honest, it was the first fight that I managed to catch. It was Ellie Scotney, who dominated and outclassed Mercado, and I think she's got a very, very bright future ahead of her. So those are my initial thoughts, having literally just turned the volume down on Netflix. You know, the show itself isn't even over. I just wanted to get my raw and initial thoughts out so that I can share with you, and without me sort of ending up watching lots of other content creators and then maybe sort of, you know, it's not my real memory, but maybe it's a memory that because I've listened to somebody else. So I just wanted to get this out there. If you're watching in the UK, good morning. It's 9:30 at night here, so it's kind of crack of dawn with you. Let me know what you think in the comments section. And yeah, it was. I enjoyed it. And again, I say this as somebody who is, you know, not really fully immersed in the female game, but I really enjoyed it. It was excellent entertainment and a really good Netflix production. So, thanks very much for your time. Please like, please share, please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.